Welcome back, all you wonderful people. I hope you're having a great day, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode here on YouTube. Today, I want to talk about something that's not really a personal, interpersonal issue, but something that everyone is facing now. And a friend of mine, I was having a conversation with him last night, and it really hit me like a ton of bricks when we were talking about this particular subject. And that is the screen and screen time. I'm on the screen with you here today. Um, we have been using an excessive amount of screen time, whether it be the TV or our cell phones, um, looking over the internet, YouTube, Hulu, you know, it's infinite. Many people, due to COVID, which I'm not going to get too much into today, have also increased their screen time a lot because people are working from home, kids are going to school from home, and so the average person, even before the current situation, was at about 7 hours of screen time a day. I mean, now that could probably be up to 12 for a lot of people, especially if you're working from home and sitting in front of a computer the whole time that you're at work. And then you come home and you may watch some TV to unwind or look at the internet to try and relax a little. And there are really a lot of drawbacks to all of this excess screen time. Um, it can put you in like a hypnotic state, a state where you're only receiving information from the outside. It's it's like it can block our inner voice, all these different outside sources. And the lack of in-person interaction also contributes to this. Um, the general media is a lot of fear-based narratives. And if you're watching the news and constantly interacting on a screen with different news stories and articles and negative focused energy, you get sidelined with these. You see something about someone who was raped or someone who was, unjustly accused of a crime, spent 20 years in jail for a crime they didn't commit, and these horrific injustices will cause an emotional reaction in you. And then you're in this emotional state of negativity where it can lead you to like this constant judgment. You're constantly looking at different situations and placing your own judgment on it based on a headline or a 2-paragraph news article from whatever source. And it's really taking away from you. There's so much background chatter that it becomes extremely hard to focus on what our actual thoughts are, what is coming from us, and what is coming from outside. Um, Another real negative consequence of the screen time is the late night use, where it starts to interrupt your sleep cycle because the light coming from the screen is blue light. Blue light is something that we take in that makes us active and awake. And if we're using the screen late at night, then it's hard for us to get into a place where our body becomes like in a relaxed state, and it can change our circadian rhythm and the melatonin cycle, so we don't get the proper amount of sleep, the proper amount of REM sleep, and the proper amount of rest in order for us to have an optimal situation with our brain and our body. And all these negative inputs from the screen will at many times trigger us. And as I said before, those triggers will create negative emotions where we're constantly focused on these negative emotions of situations and people that we don't even know. They don't really have anything to do with us or our daily life, and we will be in this place where we're constantly anxious and judgmental and angry at the world and everything that's going on, and we don't even see the forest through the trees anymore. It's a good idea to take a break every once in a while, and this is advice I'm trying to give myself because I am constantly on Facebook and the internet and what have you. But a lot of the people I know that are well centered and focused on their purpose and path, they will take intermittent breaks from the internet, from looking at their phone, from looking at TV, and do some things like short meditation, a half hour, 15 minutes, an hour, what have you, where you can calm your mind and ground yourself in your own energy and voice. And that's extremely important because that's what's going to allow you to deal with your own issues and trauma and wounding. If you can't get to a place of stillness, then you're not going to be able to work through those traumas in an effective manner. You're in a way, by constantly looking at a screen, conditioning yourself to be in this constant state of rush and strain. So it's a great idea to take some time away, a few days, a week, a couple weeks, whatever you think you may need to get yourself centered and reconnect with who you are, what your purpose is, what your path is, and what you need to do to move forward in your life with the things you want to accomplish. That's really about all I wanted to address. Actually, one more thing. The screen also creates distractions. Even if it's not negative input, it could be things like, sports or reality TV, where you're putting yourself in someone else's shoes and pretending as if you're them and living their life and whatnot. It's like a distraction. It's a escape from reality. And we need to really focus on being grounded and present in the current reality. So now I'm finished. That was just most of the stuff I wanted to touch on in regards to the screen and taking some time away from it. And I think this would help a lot of us, myself included, and help our own mental state and our progress towards our self-healing. And that is just about it. So I'm happy all of you tuned in again. Love you all. Have a wonderful day.